I love browsing through Reddit, and one of my favorite subreddits to check out is the Dating Over 30 subreddit. And every once in a while, someone posts a question, and I feel compelled to share about it and to make a video about it. So today I have another one of those videos. I'm going to read through you the post, and then I'm going to talk about it and share my perspective on it and answer this person's question. So here goes. I'm seeing a guy who I met through online dating, and we've agreed to be exclusive. Things have been temporarily long distance, but he'll be back in town soon. He never deactivated his online dating profile. He says he hasn't even opened the app in months, but he never turned off the account. I told him that it bothers me that it's active at all, and he said he'll deactivate it when we're back together in person. Maybe it's naive, but I believe him that he isn't actively using it. I think it's more of a control thing. He forgot it was even there, and now he doesn't want to feel like he turned it off because I want him to, but would rather do it on his own schedule. I don't want to give an ultimatum or nag him about turning it off, but I'm pissed. I've told him that it bothers me, and he's really not using it. Shouldn't that be enough reason to deactivate? If I kept bringing it up or pushed, he'd probably turn it off, but I don't want to force him. I want him to do it voluntarily. Is this a huge red flag? Should I just try to ignore it and trust that he'll turn it off on his own? Should I be more assertive about wanting it off? Should I just end things because he doesn't care enough to have done it already? Everything else has been great, but this really bothers me. So, to start off here, yes, this is a red flag. It would bother me too. I want to start with the exclusivity thing. So, I personally don't really get exclusivity because it's essentially the same thing as being boyfriend-girlfriend. And I find often when people want to default to exclusivity in lieu of just saying we're boyfriend-girlfriend, it's usually because they have some baggage around relationships and being boyfriend-girlfriend. We can have a lot of baggage about what those words mean or what the expectations are for those words, and then we can try to avoid that baggage or those expectations by saying, oh no, we're not boyfriend-girlfriend, we're just going to be exclusive. So when I hear people using the term exclusivity, I kind of feel like maybe they might be emotionally unavailable, because when someone is fully emotionally available, they don't really have a problem using the term boyfriend-girlfriend. Because boyfriend-girlfriend just means you're gonna date. You're gonna do all the things you would do if you were just being exclusive, but you're just putting a label on it. You're just calling someone your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It doesn't mean you're getting married. The point of dating is to be boyfriend-girlfriend for a while to see if this is someone who you want to spend either the rest of your life with or at least just a long-term time with, like to be in a long-term relationship with. Maybe you want to get married someday. That's what dating is for. So boyfriend-girlfriend, again, does not mean that like, I'm going to be with you forever. It means we're dating, we're trying things out, we're seeing if this works. We've decided we want to focus on each other and see if we are the right people for each other. So to me, being boyfriend-girlfriend is essentially deciding to be exclusive and just putting a label on it. That's it. So again, if I hear somebody saying, well, I know I don't want to be boyfriend-girlfriend, but I just want to be exclusive with you, I consider that a yellow flag. Maybe they're not fully ready for a relationship. So really my advice here is if you have been seeing someone for a couple months and you don't feel comfortable calling them boyfriend, girlfriend, then stop seeing them. They're probably not the right person for you, or you're not fully ready to be in a relationship with someone. So this keeping the online dating profile up, this is definitely a red flag. And some people would say, well, you know, they're not dating officially. They're just exclusive. They're not boyfriend, girlfriend, so it's okay to keep that up, right? And that's why I'm calling BS on this exclusivity thing, because sometimes people say, yeah, I just want to be exclusive as a reason to then see other people. Even if the whole point of being exclusive is to not see other people, in their minds they can justify it because, well, they're not actually my girlfriend or they're not actually my boyfriend, so technically it's okay. Like I can still talk to other people. I can still keep my options open. I can still keep my dating profile up while still being exclusive with this other person. Again, it can sometimes be a way of keeping their options open, still seeing you, and not fully committing to you. So again, this speaks to me to some unavailability. Someone who truly didn't want to risk losing you would take their profile down. 100%. They wouldn't risk it. Now, if this was just after like a week or 2 weeks, I'd say, okay, maybe you're rushing it a little bit. But this person in this Reddit post doesn't say how long it's been. I'm assuming it's been at least a couple months if they're getting to the point where they've decided to be exclusive. So yeah, taking the profile down is to be expected. You shouldn't have to ask someone to do that. It should just be the natural thing that happens when you decide, hey, yeah, we're gonna be together. We're gonna try this. So another way to look at this is put yourself in the other person's shoes. If you really like somebody and you were dating them and you had your profile up, let's say you just forgot to take it down and they saw it, and they said to you, hey, I saw you still have your profile up. That hurt my feelings a little bit. What would you do? If you really like that person, you'd probably say, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me take that down. Yeah, we're together. I don't need to have that profile up, right? You wouldn't hesitate to do that. You'd want this person to feel safe and secure with you. You wouldn't risk losing them because you wanted to leave your profile up, right? And if you didn't want to take that profile down right away, what would it mean for you? What would be going on in your mind? Maybe you weren't totally sure about this person. Maybe you did want to keep your options open. It would mean something to you, right, to keep that profile up. There's probably something going on where you're not totally sure about this person. There would be a reason for putting it off, like this guy is doing to this woman. So another thing that was throwing up a little bit of a flag for me here is the fact that this is a temporary long-distance relationship. Kind of weird. Not that long-distance relationships are inherently bad, but the fact that this is a temporary long-distance relationship combined with the fact that he doesn't want to take his profile down is looking a little shady here. I'm getting some not so great vibes from this. And also combined with the just wanting to be exclusive, not even going all the way to calling this woman his girlfriend. This person could actually be dating other people while he's away, and that's why he wants to keep the profile up. Maybe he's even married. Like, we don't really know here. I know this might sound crazy, but sometimes this happens. Like, people just are in long-term relationships or married, and they date wherever they happen to be for work or for a vacation. It happens. And I'm sort of getting some vibes here that maybe something like this is going on. He may actually not really be being exclusive with her. So to answer this person's specific question, I've told him that it bothers me, and if he's really not using it, shouldn't that be enough reason to deactivate? Yes, it absolutely would be. And if someone finds this controlling, if someone finds it controlling to request that someone they're in a relationship with take down their online dating profile, who they've said they wanted to be exclusive with, then they are not ready for a relationship. Because that's not controlling. That's making a request a very appropriate and reasonable request. Asking someone to take that profile down when you're dating is not controlling. Now, all that being said, it is true that we cannot control other people. We can ask for what we want and request that somebody do something, but they don't have to. They can absolutely say no. So what do we do when we make a request and someone doesn't honor it? Someone doesn't respect our boundary when it's something pretty important like this? We leave. We leave. Now, this doesn't mean we leave our partner when we don't get our needs met in every single way. Like if your partner is leaving the socks on the ground and you ask him to pick them up, and sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't, that doesn't mean you have to leave, that's worth leaving a relationship for. But something like this, a really important boundary, like taking their online dating profile down, this would be. Because this puts you at risk. This affects your physical safety. Again, if that profile's up, we don't know what this person is doing. They could actually be dating other people. They may not truly be exclusive to you. And so you're at risk for getting an STI, which could affect your health and ultimately could be fatal. So if someone doesn't respect an important boundary like this that affects your health and well-being, then you leave. this will never be a healthy relationship. Even if everything else is great, even if he's like the most charming, cute, attractive, fun guy, don't stay. It's not worth it. Now, some people might say, well, he said he would eventually. Shouldn't that be enough? And to that, I would say to you, is your life, is your health worth that risk? Is it worth the wait? Are you willing to, again, sacrifice your health and well-being for keeping this guy around when who knows what's actually going on? Are you willing to risk your health knowing that this is a red flag? And it might be an indicator that someone isn't being completely honest with you. I wouldn't take that bet, and I wouldn't recommend that you do that either. If this woman was my client, I would advise her to walk away. Even if everything else is great, even if you're ultimately otherwise happy in this relationship, this kind of thing, this is not worth staying, because this never goes well in the long term. You might be happy now, but someone who doesn't respect your boundaries when it's really important like this is not going to be a healthy, happy relationship in the long run. So if you want your own personal dating coach who also helps you heal from past relationships, click on the link below in the description. I'm going to put the info about my program. And if you want to learn more about what makes a relationship so hard to leave, even when there's red flags present, check out this video here on trauma bonding. And also click here to subscribe. I come out with new videos every week.